Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Fireside Bricky, the series where I just spend a lot of time doing long-form commentary, enjoying myself, rambling about God knows what, and just having fun, you know? Just having a good time. And today we're here with Halo ODST, and I was kind of considering how in the world I was going to go ahead and do this video, because originally I thought I would do like Firefight or something, but then I realized that the Master Chief Collection doesn't actually have Firefight, which is quite unfortunate. It only has the campaign in 1080p 60 FPS, you know? And so in order to kind of like offset this, make the video still kind of decently long, because obviously I can't do a multiplayer because of that. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I forgot. Brutes hurt. I decided to do like a combination video thing. Oh dear, please no. Thank you. A little bit of a combination thing. A different kind of video, where this time we're actually going to go ahead and explore Mombasa's streets, or New Mombasa's streets. Oh, I forgot there's fall damage in this game. And oh, that scared me. And while doing that, we're gonna go ahead and get the first mission done, and then it'll like be able to get a decently long episode by doing so. It's gonna be pretty damn fun, honestly. You know, they call this a silenced pistol, but this is easily the least silenced anything I have ever used, because everyone knows that you're there immediately when firing. So I always remember that this silenced pistol said it was silenced. Never was actually really that silenced. But regardless, we're here. Halo ODST. You know, Halo ODST was kind of an interesting title, because this is one of the few times way back in the day where people were kind of like, is this like, you know, is this like worth the full price? Because this isn't a cheap game, you know. I think this is like a $60 game. And $60, of course, it's a lot of money. And it was for a game without any, like, actual competitive multiplayer. The most you got was Firefight. Now, at the time, looking back, I loved this game. I thought it was super cool. I thought the campaign was really fun and interesting, and brought a really new and different dynamic and spin onto the whole Halo genre. Because for once, you're not cheap. You're not some god-tier soldier who's so damn powerful that everything just dies in his wake. You're actually just some ODST guy. You're better than a regular Marine, but you're not some god soldier. And so you really had to kind of play it a little bit more safe, you know? You can't just run up to like a million different brutes and start, you know, punching them all 1v5. You know, you actually gotta really pick your battles in this game, and it made the legendary mode in this game quite difficult. I remember that. Boink. You can, of course, melee some brutes, but not all brutes. I see right here, we're actually in, like I mentioned earlier, New Mombasa streets after the crash. So I need to go... Oh, there's the phone. Contact the superintendent. This funny little guy that you can always talk to. Hello. There we go. Superintendent is like a little face. I think it's called a little face. I always say like keep it clean, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. It's like just a little dude's face, and it was quite fun just to kind of have that little mascot for ODST. And so by doing so, I was able to kind of, I don't know. It's kind of gives you like a little bit of an open world in this area, like an open world without it actually being much of an open world. Because really it's just like big open area that lets you go somewhere else. That's kind of the whole point of Halo ODST's kind of thing. Oh hey, there's a big explosion up there. The superintendent is actually my my phone wallpaper. Oh, I forgot you can have your little visor mode on. It's cute. It's a cute little guy. But it's very atmospheric, this place. The music in this game was so impressive too, because unlike the other Halo music, where it's like very big, grand, epic, lots of choir and things like that, they actually removed that in ODST for a more somber, like, piano and jazz, you know, saxophone and piano. Very interesting design choice, but That's one thing that ODST did really well, was atmosphere. You really felt like because I'm playing as the rookie right now of my squad. The squad was the characters in this game because they were all very human. You know, they all had personality, you know, kind of things like that. I mean, Chief has some personality, but mainly he's just kind of like lone soldier guy. But in this game, everyone has their own personality and their own like way they think about stuff, and you know, and of course you have if you've ever watched if you ever watched or played Halo 5, you know that Buck, a Spartan on Fire Team Osiris, played by Nathan Fillion, is in this game and actually is an ODST. That's where it originally came from, and of course Nathan Fillion is a fantastic voice actor, very, very funny, and adds a nice little lighthearted bit of humor to the videos and the game itself. But I do believe, if I recall, I am looking for the Recon helmet, which is very close. Actually, the beacon's beeping. I'm actually extremely close, I think. I think it's around here. It's definitely near. Ah, there it is. Recon helmet. There I am, the rookie. Just some guy. I don't think the rookie ever says anything besides like the usual grunts. Yeah, there's Dare's helmet. Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of the team members' names. You had Dare, Dutch, Buck.
Tell us her name, Gunny.
Ms. Naval Intelligence. Our new boss.
Our new boss.
So check your mouths, find your chairs, and get set for a combat drop.
Dare, Buck, the rookie, Dutch, Romeo, and Mikey or Mickey. Those are the character names. All very cool characters. All of them, the only one you know about after this game is Buck. He was the most loved character, like I said before, Nathan Fillion, great voice actor. But here we are in, I think it's Tiara Plaza, and this is actually how the game plays out. Every mission, at least until the end, is a flashback, where you play as what happened when this giant crash went to shit. Of course, right now we're playing as Buck, as you can tell. I'll just go ahead and let the cutscene play out for you all. It's kind of cool.
Squad, what's your status? You still with me, Buck?
Yeah. Give me a sec.
I hit pretty hard. My heart won't open. How about yours?
Works great.
Right. When you get done fooling around, I could use some help.
Did I do something wrong? Because the only thing I regret about you and me, not knowing you were a spook when we first met. I would have been a lot less charming.
That's what I missed most about you, Buck. Well, your mouth was always a little faster than your brain. Look, don't start about my job. We both agreed to end it.
That was years ago, Veronica. I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Must have met a lot of other saps since then. Why pick me for the safari?
First, you're the best soldier I know, and second, I don't remember that night. What you asked me in the morning?
I remember not getting an answer.
Say again, Buck. You're breaking up.
I said stay put. I'm on my way.
We missed our LZ. This grid is packed with Covenant. Be careful.
I appreciate the concern.
Won't be much of a rescue if you're dead.
So, I mean, Nathan Fillion's going to be talking a lot during this this campaign. He just speaks a lot. When you have a main character that talks a lot, you talk. Oh, that's bright. He's just going to talk a lot during this game. It's just how it's going to work, and you're probably not going to hear him because there's not much he could really do or say about that. But that's one of the nice things about this game is that the backstory and the banter between characters is really good. You know, Buck is kind of the, I wouldn't really call him the ladies' man or anything like that, but the female, the only female character in this game, or at least in the squad, Dare, wearing the Recon helmet, is like their boss basically, and it seems apparently Buck and her had a thing back in the day, and because of that, there's some nice witty banter in between the two of them as the game progresses. Like right there, obviously. You know, you get a lot of like quick backstory that's just very quick snippets of what kind of went on between them, and it gets for some good banter. It gets for some really good character development without it like really shoving it down your throat too much, which is kind of the best way to do character development, in my opinion. You know, when you can just kind of like, here, this is kind of what's going on. That was literally done. You find out that there's a whole bunch of shit that went on between them, and all that kind of stuff within, what is it, 30 seconds of conversation? Oh, hey, what's up, Marine guy?
See any more come down?
Ah, negative. But I didn't see much of anything after that flash.
Yeah.
But listen, some of these buildings are open. Should be able to get inside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Marine guy. Goodbye. So, I mean, of course, as an as an ODST, this took place right, I believe, after Halo 2, where the Covenant decided to make its jump inside the city, causing a lot of problems because during its jump, everyone else decided to like go ahead and like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and send a bunch of drop pods towards the carrier and like try to jump on, like land in the character by breaking through it with the drop pods. Obviously didn't work because it jumped originally, which made a giant explosion and knocked everyone awry. I don't think I actually have a... Oh shit, I forgot, here's a boot shot. Bonk. Bonk. There we go. Uh-oh. This is bad. Taking damage. Okay, there's a brute doing something up there. What the fuck was going on? What is he doing? What the hell? That's so silly. But, yeah, so of course we're all separated, and that's the whole story. Anyway, I've been talking a lot about the game ODST. It was just a very fun game, and of course added the whole firefight mechanic to the game, which was basically kind of a horde mode, you know, endless supply of Covenant, just kind of doing their thing, and then, you know, you gotta hold off for as long as you can. One of the hardest things was, there was an old thing called the Vidmaster achievements, if you never played Halo back in the day. If you did play Halo, you know everything about the Vidmaster achievements. Vidmaster achievements were the achievements you needed to get in order to go ahead and get the recon armor, special developer-only armor in the game. Became a very big thing after a while, you know, only certain specific people would ever get recon armor. And it was rare to see, like, you would never, ever see someone with recon armor unless they were a Bungie developer. Now, they eventually started giving away recon armor, kind of, just for some small, silly stuff. Like, I remember one time, a guy had a fusion coil, kind of like a little mini explosive on the map, kind of like red barrels you'd see in the Call of Duty, explode. And the explosion from the barrel itself actually is so silly. Actually threw a traffic cone at the person, and the person died via the traffic cone. So a tiny little traffic cone killed a Spartan, and so they thought it was so fucking funny that they actually gave the guy recon armor for his embarrassment. And they started giving away recon armor for a bunch of other stuff. Now, they actually kept a flaming helmet, like a flaming red helmet for the Bungie employees, if I recall, so they still had something to differentiate them between everyone else, but it was still like a big deal for recon armor. Eventually, when Halo ODST shipped, they added these special gamerscore achievements for Halo ODST and Halo 3. This being the Vidmaster achievement. I think there were 7. And so there were lots of different ways to earn these things, but the main thing was they were all extraordinarily difficult. For instance, one of them was Endure, which was get to like a 5th set. I'm not quite sure what a set meant at the time, but it was like you had like waves, like 3 waves in a round, and then like 3 rounds in a set or something like that. And you had to get to like the 5th set this firefight mode with, I don't know, I think it was heroic and maybe a skull or 2 on. Basically, it was pretty fucking hard, if I recall. Like, really fucking hard to get that. At least that was the Endure one. If you had a decent kind of like team, it didn't really matter. But oh dear, I'm being shot a lot. I am taking damage. Get away from me, please. You know, it was difficult. It was actually quite difficult to get that stuff. There's also things like the 7-on-7 was kind of simple. It was play some game on the 7th of July. I play like a matchmake game. And then there were the other ones like Annual, the one I never was able to get, which was the last mission of Halo 3 when you're doing the big Warthog run. You have to do it on Legendary with 4 players with everyone inside Ghosts. And with the Iron Skull on, which means if one of you died, you all had to restart. It was, oh, not to restart the entire mission, but restart the checkpoint, you know? It was really, really fucking hard, and I could never get it. But if you were ever able to get all 7 of those, I think it was 7 Bidmaster achievements, you were then rewarded with recon armor. And back then, having recon armor was just the bee's knees, dude. That was the shit. Now recon armor is in every game, in every Halo game. It's become a staple of the trilogy just as much as Mjolnir Mark 6 armor is. That's a Chief's armor if you don't know. Get out of here, you big stupid hunter. Yeah, take my silly grenades that have like no throwing radius because I'm a damn ODST. Or no throwing distance, I mean. Oh dear, I'm out of ammo. Oh shit. Yeah, hunters are spooky to kill when I'm using a teensy little silenced pistol. Actually, hunters are kind of spooky to kill regardless of the game. It's a lot better when you have like a rocket launcher or some shit. Something that I do not have. Oh yeah, I forgot they also had the silenced SMG. Fun. I'm just reveling about this game so much. It feels so good to give another replay. Oh, something actually interesting. I mean, this isn't really not really that special right now, but I remember I saw that the Titanfall 2 beta is out for Xbox One. At least it is for Xbox One users. I don't know about everyone else, but I saw that as I was. Oh Jesus, he hit me. Oh Jesus. Oh God. The moment you mention a single other FPS game, I immediately die. All right, Bricky, now you know what you gotta do. But yeah, anyway, the beta I noticed just came out for 360 and or not 360. I'm sorry, Xbox One. I think maybe PS4. I don't know quite yet. Possibly not. I'll have to give it another check. But I was looking at that and I was like, I should probably. Oh dear. Ow. I was looking at that and I was thinking I should probably go ahead and give that a shot. That sounds like a fun time, because I actually really enjoyed the first Titanfall game. Even though it was not like... not even like, I don't know, like maybe 12 hours of gameplay. It barely lasted for me. It barely lasted. But I still had a blast playing it. Even though it just didn't last very long. I'm going to take this shotgun. Nice little location for a shotgun. I like it. I like it. Feel bad for all the ODST and Marine members in this. Oh, Jesus. I forgot that brutes had incendiary grenades. Oops. That was awkward. This is just, oh, God. Yes! Shit! Come on, you. Yeah! I got you, you son of a bitch. Sweet. Alright, let me turn that visor on. Too bright. Oh, damn it. Now they got actual turrets and shit. You know, I was trying to consider what kind of topic I would talk about for today's Fireside Bricky. Because, yes, yesterday had quite the expansive... Wow, that goes fast. Quite the expansive discussion on, you know, well, just... There are lots of different subjects that happen. Oh, God, a flare. But at the same time, you know, I mean, as fun as it is... I don't know, like, part of me just kind of wanted to talk about the game and the fun and just like kind of have a newfound just enjoyment for the game and just discussion like that, because right now all I want to do is talk about Halo Reach and enjoy myself. Just seems kind of fun, you know? It's just, did I say Halo Reach? I said Halo Reach, didn't I? Halo ODST and enjoy myself. Because it's just such a fun game. It has so much nostalgia that comes back with it. If you do, or I'm not sure if you know this, but if you do own the Master Chief Collection, which some of you may not own, you can actually buy Halo ODST, the entire campaign, I believe. Yeah, I think all the entire campaign with a 1080p 60 FPS remaster for like I think $5. Which is quite the steal if you enjoyed the game, which, like me, I enjoyed it quite a bit. But yeah. It's just, the atmosphere of this game is so good. The sound, the soundtrack, the jazz. It's a ton of fun. Oh, hello. Here we are. This is, here's Dare's pod.
There's your pod.
Pretty sure she bailed, though. Find a way down. The way down's pretty damn obvious, Buck. You jump. Ow. Hurt myself. There we go. Get all these damn grunts out of my way. Alright, let me grab this guy. And take this guy out. Bonk. There we go. Pry open drop pod. Give me that sweet-ass cutscene.
I gotcha.
And she's not there. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, nuts. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. You did not jump very far at all. And there's there it shows you where the
What the heck was that? You ever seen one before? Hey, Romeo, you got your ears on? Oh, I get it. Permission to speak, smartass.
No, I don't know what it was, but it was gonna grease your ass good. Just like it did the captain.
Yeah, maybe. You're from Mickey, Dutch?
Negative.
The rookie. We need to get above this crap. Link with the B-net. One of our drones must have seen where they hit.
So we're popping smoke in the lady's mission? Did she ever tell you what she wanted?
No. Never. Doesn't matter. All I care about now is getting my men out of this city. Even you.
You know, looking back on it, looking back and seeing the graphics and the facial expressions on them, I remember it being really good at the time. I remember it being really good and really impressive, and I'm watching it now and I'm like, that's not that good. That's pretty fucking bad, honestly. I find that really funny, actually. I just think that it's really kind of cool. Now, originally, I was going to just do the New Mombasa streets and then plus that mission, but I realized that we have barely cut into any time today. We're only like 24 minutes in or something like that. So I actually changed my mind, and we're going to keep on going. We're going to do a little bit more exploring, and we're going to do one more mission, just because I love you guys. So that was Romeo. He's the sniper guy you mentioned. He's a bit of a smartass. If you didn't catch it earlier on, or you didn't catch it because you didn't see the scene, but in the beginning of the game, he told Romeo he could only speak if he had permission to speak. So he just didn't say anything when he was asking him. And he's like, all right, permission to speak. Dumb, like smartass. It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun dynamic. It really brought forth the camaraderie, something that I think Halo 5 didn't do very well with their Fireteam Osiris. Because that's the thing, you know, these are just regular guys. They're good soldiers. They're very good soldiers, but they're just kind of guys, you know? And one girl, of course, there. But oh, there's the music is kicking in. Oh, it's so good. It's just so atmospheric. It really it brings forth the game and the scale. I mean, it really shows I'm just this one guy, this rookie character in the middle of this giant destroyed city. It brings forth like the honest scale of the game, and it feels so good, man. I'm such a fan. It's not only nostalgic, but still fun, you know? Yeah, I mean, sometimes nostalgia will oh, I forgot fall damage. Nostalgia will occasionally fuck with your thoughts of the game. Oh, that was awkward. Nostalgia will occasionally fuck with the actual like opinion on a game. You know, you'll think that the game is way better than it actually is, when in reality, you know, it's not. We've all had a game like that before. I mean, we all have. I need to kill this engineer. That's what these guys are called, engineers. I need to kill it because I think it buffs the enemy's health or shields or something. Oh shit, there's a lot of them actually. That's kind of spooky. Come on, rookie. Come on, rookie. You can do it, rookie. Just take the cool plasma rifle. Come on, remember training. Plasma is good for shields, bullets are good for flesh. And a punch in the face. Good shit. Good shit. You know, I was actually thinking, because now that I'm listening to this soundtrack again, I was thinking of what games have the best soundtrack. Because there are some amazing video game OSTs out there. And I'm trying to think of like what game do I honestly believe has the most enjoyable and best soundtrack there is. And this is a very difficult thing because we have to discuss, is it like a soundtrack or is it like an OST, you know, because a soundtrack can be good, but an OST is something totally different. You know, that's the idea of you know, like actually originally composing something where, you know, let's say I go look at Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Amazing soundtrack, but the soundtrack isn't, you know, their own. It's mainly 80s stuff or different kinds of things like that, or perhaps covers of 80s songs that just fit really well with the game. But like in a term slang on the lines of maybe, oh, I don't know, Dennis goes destroyed. Let's go with, how about Mass Effect? Mass Effect has amazing, fantastic sound effects, or OST. It has an original score that's just really well made, great action, great like suspense, all that kind of stuff. Or you can have something else where you can really go above and beyond, which is the like I say something along the lines of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, where it's just like heavy metal with actual lyrics composing of the or composed for the actual game. That's super, super cool. You know, there's always a bunch of cool stuff like that every game can have. And, you know, going back looking at it, there's some games with some really, really good soundtracks out there. Halo is, of course, one of them. When you think of, like, best scores, Halo is definitely out. A score, I think, would be the term I'm looking for. Halo is definitely out there. You know, Halo has some amazing music from every title. Always a ton of fun. Mass Effect has some great music, of course. Then you could also have the other thing, is like Final Fantasy or some people like Persona. I personally think Street Fighter has some amazing themes. Specifically like character themes and things like that. Street Fighter V's character themes have been absolutely incredible. I use them in almost all of my videos because almost every single one of them is good and can fit some kind of requirement, you know? Luckily this is not that one. There's actually this one thing, because you look for items that kind of... Oh wait, no, this is the one! That's so funny. Oh, okay, so, get this, right? This area... Oh wait, is this the one? I can't tell if this is the one or not. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, maybe not. This might not be the actual one. There's a certain, you have to find, like, artifacts, kind of, from your old team that you need to use to kind of, like, piece together, like, memories. Kind of, in a sense like that, you know? Now, that's the fun stuff, is learning and looking around and that kind of thing. This is not that same thing. Wait, where is it? There it is. Aha, yeah. There was one where it was a sniper rifle bent over a wire above a truck, but it wouldn't tell you like go vertically. It would say like go horizontally. So I was looking for maybe 2 hours for this. Ugh. It was so funny. And so eventually you see that the sniper rifle hung by like a telephone pole above your head, and you're just like, oh, that's where that was. God, it took me so long to find that. Only a couple people understand what I'm saying here, but if you finally get it, you really understand like the whole thing behind that. Like you'll know you spent like a good hour looking for that sniper rifle. It was pretty damn funny. That was for Romeo's mission, if I recall. The ending of this game gets actually really interesting. It's a lot of fun. Some really cool stuff that happens once you all kind of put tweets back together. This is Dutch. Dutch was kind of like the man's man, you know. He's like career military hardcore, like, yeah, let's do it for the, you know, for humanity. Yeah, fuck yeah. That's Dutch. Look at him. Look at this guy. I got this guy. I got a skull on his helmet and everything. Starts with a Spartan laser. Oh yeah, buddy. This is a cool one. Where is the space elevator? It's somewhere around here. There it is. Space elevator. Ah, so cool. You know, this is actually a possible thing that could happen to us as in humanity very soon. Space elevators sometime soon. Yeah, it's a warthog. Yeah, space elevators is like a really important part for space exploration and things like that, and especially with I'm getting into some actual like not gameplay but just discussion about the world. Especially now with Elon Musk and SpaceX doing so well, I feel like, yeah, let's get in here. I'm gonna drive this warthog. I feel like a space elevator development, while it probably will take like a decade to create a space elevator, it's extraordinarily important for space exploration. If you don't know what a space elevator is, it's that really big thing. It's basically kind of a way to be able to constantly refuel and launch space shuttles or whatever it is, like over and over again, to kind of like allow you to, well, do space travel a lot easier and a lot cheaper, mainly. Where's the chopper? There it is. I want the chopper. The chopper is a lot of fun on this map. This is kind of a vehicle mission, you know. A lot of times you'll get a mission where you mainly spend time just kind of doing vehicles. This is one of them. And the chopper does a significant amount of damage. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm stuck. I'm fucked. Okay. It's also very bad to drive when you start off with it. There we go. Screw you, kid. Get out of my house. Get out my swamp. I would steal the Wraith, but the Wraith is just too slow. Ah-yah. Oh, shit. I may have harmed myself. I may have caused a problem. Oh, dear. Alright, you know what? This fucking brute on the front here is really pissing me off. Can you just, like, die? Thank you. Alright, now that's done with, we can head on to the real game. Alrighty. Yep. Got it. This is a cool-ass little brute chopper. But, a space elevator thing up there is kind of a neat... I used to spend a lot of time studying, just space and that kind of shit. And it's kind of strange, but I took an astronomy class when in college, and, the astronomy class, it really taught you a lot, because it really... there's so many variables and things like that that you really have to think about, that it kind of surprises you when you try to think of like all these different things you want to do and you think could be possible, and then you realize about how much of those just aren't. You know, for a good reason is I remember, I think I watched a video, I think it was Bill Nye discussing something, because right now everyone is talking about like terraforming Mars, you know, like everyone's got to like terraform Mars. We gotta make our way to Mars. Mars colonization. It's a big deal, right? And for like, that was funny. And for some people, yeah, it is a big deal. But he made a good point where he's just like, yeah, terraforming Mars would be cool, but terraforming Mars, one, is gonna take a long fucking time, and two, like I'm not gonna be able to live in Mars on my lifetime. No fucking way. And two, Mars sucks. Like, bro, Mars is cold as shit. Like, the air is super thin. Even if you do terraform it, like, you're gonna be breathing like you're on Mount Everest the entire time. Like, it's always negative something there. I mean, I think it doesn't think it goes into the positives ever if you're referring to Fahrenheit. It's just, like, it's not a fun place to be, you know? I mean, and then everyone says, oh, like, people then think like, oh, why not try terraforming something else like Venus? And that's even dumber because Venus is like, it's like hotboxing to the 100th degree. You know, I mean, they call Venus like the second Earth, almost. They don't really call it like that, but I mean, it's almost the same size as Earth, and it's a lot closer to us than Mars. A lot closer to us than Mars. Problem is, Venus is like covered in liquid sulfur, and acid rains every day with pressure 100 times the power of Earth, with lava, like lava pools and cracks in the earth. All like Venus fucking sucks, dude. Venus is awful. Like, it's just terrible. Alright. So, I mean, I kind of like this. I like space, man. I fucking love space. Space is such a cool ass thing. I mean, I don't know if any of you watched it, but I watched the movie The Martian, starring Matt Damon recently. Matt Damon. And after I mean, The Martian is an awesome movie, but I remember before like, because I took my astronomy class beforehand, at least before I watched The Martian, and I remember when I went to go see the movie, I was like, this looks so cool and so accurate, because it really looked like they took time to study and understand actual space and science and things like that with that movie. Because the things I mean, I don't know if you can grow, you know, I don't know if you can actually plant stuff in Martian soil or not. I don't know, things like that, but just the ideas of like all the decompression and the physics and things like that. After watching the movie, I was just like, this is so fucking cool. Because it was a good movie. It was explained well for those who may not understand the science behind it, and the science was like accurate. You know, I mean, there are movies like, I remember when I watched Gravity, and I thought Gravity was actually a pretty cool movie when I first saw it, and then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, this is not what I remember. This is quite fucked. This is not. I don't think this is how it's supposed to go, guys. Like this, I don't think this is how physics is supposed to work. So, yeah, I mean, it's really cool as a movie, I guess. Like it's shot very well. It looks very pretty, but it doesn't really matter when, you know, the science and shit is not like how it's supposed to go. Come on, just let me on. Thank you. Holy shit. My health is so low. My health could not be lower. Oh dear! Ah! God damn it. But, you know, it's kind of an interesting thing, because I look back at Destiny, right? Now, Destiny, not the most beloved game, had a lot of problems, but I did know that the people who played Destiny really seemed to enjoy Destiny. It's kind of one of those games, you know, like, right now, the player base for Evolve, like the Evolve free-to-play, has a really solid player base. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's still a lot of people that seem to really, really enjoy the game. Now, Destiny, you know, it had a lot of people that bought Destiny, and then they bought Destiny, and they played it, and they're like, huh, this is okay, and then they stopped liking it, and a lot of them quit, and then a lot of them stayed and played, though, and kept grinding it out, and I always enjoyed Destiny, but there were like a couple of specific things that really turned me off of Destiny, which was, this sounds very elitist, but the 30 FPS did not like the 30 FPS. Just for a shooter game like Destiny, with being 30 FPS just does not sit well in my stomach. But one thing I really liked was just the environments they would create, like traveling to Mars and Venus, and just the way it looked. Obviously, no, this is not like an actual rendition of how it would and should look, because let's be honest, it should not look anything like that. But I mean, it still like looked cool. Oh, is this where the space elevator explodes? Ah, shit. Rip space elevator. God damn. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. All right. And you know, now that I think about it, I mean, Destiny apparently as a game, because I stopped playing it after Crota's End. So I didn't play House of Wolves. and I didn't play the Taken King. And everyone tells me, like, when House of Wolves came out, they were like, yeah, game's better. Not, like, way better, but better. Then Taken King came out, and everyone's like, yeah, game is, like, a lot better now. Like, the DLC is really good. Like, I suggest giving it, like, a little bit extra of a shot. And now, this next DLC is coming out called Rise of Iron, I think. And, I mean, part of me wants to kind of get back into it, because I want to give it a second chance, but at the same time, just kind of like, maybe, maybe not, because Destiny seems like one of those games you need to play with friends, and I don't really have any friends I'd play Destiny with. And Destiny is also a very grindy game, and I don't think I'm going to have the time to play Destiny because of the grind. And let me back up a bit, because one of my biggest issues with Destiny was the lack of story or anything like that. I mean, or lore or the 30 FPS. I mean, those are all things that I wasn't a huge fan of. But my main problem came down to the fact that, okay, I'm gonna borrow this. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone. Was the fact that the grind was so intense and didn't last. So I'd spend all this time raiding and doing strikes every week and doing all that fun stuff. But at the same time, after doing it all, next 3-4 months later, there'd be a new DLC. And then all of the stuff that I just earned is now garbage again. Now, apparently they just recently fixed that with the Taken King. But that was my big issue, is like, because in WoW, I used to play World of Warcraft, you'd grind and grind and grind and get new gear and armor, and that was fun, but it only would last for so long. And then eventually a new expansion would come out. But that expansion was okay, because that expansion was like, okay, it's not the way it's supposed to go. Because that expansion was like it was in 2 years or something. It took a while. Destiny expansions came out like every 3 months. And so that really kind of like didn't sit well with me, because I felt like I was just doing nothing over and over again. Now, there are some games like Warframe that I was okay with grinding, because it's a lot of fun. You can hop in, do some stuff, and hop out. And it's not like, it doesn't require an uber amount of time. And I mean it was quite grindy, but I can kind of multitask while doing Warframe. I mean, yeah, it was pretty intense and everything like that, but I didn't really need to use much brain power while playing Warframe. It's kind of could enjoy myself and just kind of relax and stuff. And in Destiny, like, especially if you're doing like nightfall strikes and big raids and things like that, you really need to be on point. And I'm not prepared for that. You expect me to use like a little bit of my brain? Yeah, you thought wrong. How dare you? How dare you think so highly of me? Now, Warframe, you can just kind of play it and turn off, and I liked that. Also, there was a lot of customized. Warframe was what everyone said that Destiny should have been, you know? Because it's, you know, giant space ninja simulator with amazing combat, cool, interesting variety in frames and classes, and just, like, okay, the story isn't that amazing on Warframe. It's been getting better, though, and that's what I like. But it's also, like, free to play. That's a pretty big deal, you know? There's a lot of free-to-play games like that I kind of enjoy. I might be getting back into Warframe soon. I haven't played it in a while, and I apparently used to call it, like, new stuff, so I might give that a little bit of a shot come up soon. Maybe. Oh, here I go! Whee! Shit, that was quite the jump. Yeah, Dutch.
Lord, I didn't train to be a pilot. Tell me I don't have any more flying to do today.
Whee! Oh, Jesus Christ. There's the drone we picked up.
So, was that a yes or a no?
Heh!
Amen.
Oh, such a silly game, but I love it so much. I love it so much. Alright, everyone. This time I'm actually going to end the video. Today was just a really big ramble day. Today I had no major topic. This was just fun, you know? Just talking about games and stuff. And I really enjoy doing that. And I think I might do a little bit more of... This is just something that I'm going to end the video on, but I might be doing some more game commentary coming up soon. More videos of just like, you know, just playing games and just enjoying myself. You know, face cam game playthroughs like I've been doing before, like with Dark Souls or Dead by Daylight. I might just do one for Titanfall. You know, I'm just going to have fun. I feel like I love making those kinds of videos, and so I think I'm going to do some more of that. So anyway, my name is Bricky Yorkaday. Thanks so much for watching Fireside Bricky, and if you stayed all the way to the end, go ahead and type "Wake Up, Buttercup" in all caps. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.